9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
From New Jersey, the timeless elite one, Stone Cold Courtney Rice.
I have a lot to say. You wretched little bitch!
It's an interesting way to start off my intro because welcome to Timeless Elite Wednesdays. It does smell like AEW Teen Spirit because unfortunately my client got sneak attacked by Mercedes Moné, and thank God Mina Shirokana came to Toni Storm's aid. So, unfortunately, but yeah, she kind of said it. Let the games begin. Well, don't worry. My client, she knows a thing or two because she's challenging her inner Carmen Sandiego. So thankfully, Mina came out here. But you know what? I'm not really worried about it. We're not going to panic because this is where you got her in her most dangerous aspect. And when she has her back against the wall, that is when she becomes dangerous. So let's be very clear. And it is a wicked garden out in the land of AEW. But anyways, and going from desperate to obnoxious EVPs. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, so yes, it's been confirmed. Will Ospreay will restricted our teaming together tonight. Oh. So it looks like the obnoxious, pompous, shitty EVPs made a tag team match between Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland happening right now, but we still don't know who their opponents are. So, well, thank you for that, Boza. Now we know the main event is Hangman versus the Beast Mortos. Hey, Dylan, I know you're our producer from the future. I will not have you slander my client, Toni Storm. How dare you? And where's that clip? Because I may have to be... Well, here comes Will Ospreay. He's like running to the ring, trying to put on his gear. The poor guy. I think it's going to be a match between Will Ospreay and Swerve taking on the obnoxious, annoying EVPs. But yeah, Dylan, this is for you.
You wretched little bitch!
I had to do that. Courtney, I'm about to post a video proving you right. It said, oh! Sorry. Oh, okay. Well, Dylan, I know you have a love-hate relationship between my client, Toni Storm, because you are the unofficial prime minister to Australia. And thinking Toni Storm is from New Zealand and it's not really from Aussie. But I can't argue with the guy that's from Australia. Okay. I take back what I said on the clip. I know, right? He had to go in his street clothes. Well, here comes Prince Nana. He has his coffee, by the way, so he has a coffee brand. Go on his socials. And here comes Swerve Strickland. He's trying to put his gear on, but like I said, we are in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, home of the Seattle Seahawks, home to grunge, alternative music, whatever you want to call it, because we're going to have a lot of references to many bands you're familiar from Seattle, because like I said, it smells like AEW Spirit. We are in a wicked garden in the land of Seattle, and all things happening with Forbidden Door, and everything's going in bloom. I'm referencing a lot of. So make sure you get your flannels out, get your teen ants in, because we're going back. We're kind of going back in time with the 90s. But kicking things off, we have Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, taking on Blake Christensen and Lee Johnson. They're from Ring of Honor. And you know, the last couple of weeks they faced off against many people within the AEW roster, such as Kenny Omega, Anthony Bowens, along with many others. So here we go. We have Lee Johnson going one-on-one with Swerve Strickland in the ring. And this is going to be a fun tag team match. Obviously, of course, you have those obnoxious and annoying EVPs. But I think it's going to be a match between the two of them. So it'll be very interesting to watch. Also, hold on, because we just have a few things. We got a few things happening, and we had some matches that were actually announced before Tweedledee. Yeah, well, they're going to get what's coming to them, Bosa, because I can tell you, not everybody likes the EVPs. Tweedledee and Tweedledee. Well, you know how I call them. And the tag is made to Will Ospreay. Of course, we see that little mark from taking those thumbnail shoes to help out Swerve. Oh, I could imagine that shiner. But just to let you know, 17 days until All in Texas. 17 days. So just to let you know, of course, the client, Tony Storm, we're seeing right now Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page taking on the Beast Mortos. And as announced this past weekend, we have the Casino Gauntlet for the men and women's matches at All In. That was announced this past weekend. For the men's, we have Konosuke Takeshita, Mark Briscoe, Roderick Strong, and the Ring of Honor World Champion, Bandido. I'm starting to like Bandido. He started to grow on me. I like him. And also, making his return this past weekend on Collision, Kota Ibushi will be taking on Trent Beretta from the Don Callis family. So it's nice to see the ghost of Okada and Kenny Omega's past coming in full circle. Love that. And also, as I mentioned, for the women's gauntlet match, 4-way spot for the #1 spot in the Casino Gauntlet. It will be Willow Nightingale, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena, La Mela Mela, Thunder Rosa, and Kris Statlander. And we're also going to hear from the Hurt Syndicate, and especially regarding what happened last week, and also being ambushed. So, yeah, we shall see. Oh, going back to this match, it looks like Lee Johnson got thrown over the top rope, and Will Ospreay's doing some acrobatic moves. Nice crossbody from over the top rope. I will say Will Ospreay and Swerve are a good tag team. I will say, and of course, I just wish somebody would really beat the crap out of these obnoxious EVPs. I'm already getting sick of them. Because here they come, strolling down the ring. Oh boy. Trying to make a distraction. Because they think they have a plan, but sometimes it backfires. 17 days. Oh, Dylan, you are on a roll. 2 times we have to see that troll tongue Callis stick. Well, we shall see, Boza, because Kenny Omega has been out. All I know is Cora Jade hopes. Oh my goodness, Dylan, you're too much. That's why we love you as our producer. They are so desperate for an upset to be scored by Ring of Honor's Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. Exactly, but Swerve and Will Ospreay will find a way to win. They will find a way to win. Like I said, they're in bloom with each other. If you did not know, it's a title in bloom by the band Nirvana. I told you I was going to reference a lot of grunge and alternative throughout this entire show because we're in Seattle. We're in the Pacific Northwest. It's a wicked garden out there. But also, feel free to put in the chat on who you guys think are gonna win. Do you think it's going to be an upset win, or do you think Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland are going to have the victory? Feel free to put it in the chat. But it does. It smells like AEW Teen Spirit. And also, you're hanging out with me, the Timeless Elite. I know Ced is saying TikTok to Tony, but the most dangerous you can put her in is when she has her back against the wall, because she's used to it. Now, the second part about it, this is probably, if she does lose, this will be the third time she lost at All In. But she's used to this kind of stuff. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. I know people are picking Mercedes to win, but I'm not giving up on my client. I will support her. I will support her throughout the show. I will support her. She's the reason I got into AEW. This is way before she did Timeless. I stuck by her when she lost it last year. I'm going to stick by her again, regardless of the outcome, because I always like to see my clients do the good, the bad, and the success. It's all about the journey. All about the journey. But just a quick update, this is going in picture-in-picture. So the match is still going on between Blake Christian and Will Ospreay in the ring. Also, quick reminder, programming alert, tomorrow, not Saturday, tomorrow on TNT, AEW Collision will be live at 8 p.m. So not only you can watch TNA, or you can watch AEW Collision. And it will also be in Seattle tomorrow too. So they're in the Pacific Northwest all this week. And we are back live with AEW Dynamite coming to you from Seattle, Washington. Blake Christian and Lee Johnson taking on the team of Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. We do see Blake Christian getting the upper hand here, trying to take out Swerve Strickland. Sneak attack by Lee Johnson. Nice double team. And of course, you've got those obnoxious and crappy and annoying EVPs, the Young Bucks. I can't take anything away from the Wrestling Rise. They're very annoying. And maybe it's because, they wrestled, with the exception of WWE, every single wrestling promotion. But, sometimes ego gets in the way. But I think his is going to be probably the Young Bucks taking on Swerve Strickland and Ospreay at All in Texas, which will be pretty good. Kick by Will Ospreay taking out Lee Johnson. Ooh, nice move by Will Ospreay. They understand each other so well. That's why they're friends in real life. And as I mentioned last year, he was on Swerve's podcast. Because they were talking about not just wrestling, but they also had a conversation about Batman, which I thought was really cool. Ooh, nice powerbomb. Lee Johnson on the Blake Christian. Doing the gritty. Especially in his home state of Washington. Yes, Dylan, Mercedes, Little Miss CEO said TikTok. Yeah, well, we'll be talking about her throughout the show. She's gonna get her just desserts. But also next Wednesday, Dynamite 300 will be in Ontario, California. So it will be a party next week because 300 episodes and also 100 episodes of Collision. That is so cool. So next week, we're going to have a little bit of fun because we get to share favorite moments that happened in Dynamite so far. So next week, we'll have a little bit of a party. So bring the champagne, bring your desserts, bring cake, bring popcorn, whatever for next week. Because we're going to have a little bit of fun. Back to the match. Nice double team. Actually, nice teamwork by Swerve and Will Ospreay. They just work so well with each other. And Prince Nana in the background. And also after Collision, you need to put Shane Taylor production. Ooh, that was a house call right there. And your winners of the match, Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. But as I was saying, this past Saturday on Collision. If you saw Shane Taylor versus Swerve Strickland on Collision, you saw the infantry. And Prince Nana tried to bet money, and Nana got the money. Uh-oh, and here's their security. See, why would you put security in front of Swerve and Will? See, Swerve and Will do what they do best. See, this happened last time. This happened last time with my client, the Acclaimed, around this time last year. I think they should have did it, but Will Ospreay and Swerve have a plan. Oh, and Swerve's on the mic. Thank you. And that is true because last year they did with him when he was champion. And I just said this too earlier. Well, ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, they're up in the stakes. That, and also along with Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes and Tony Khan. It's a shame Kenny. Well, I know Kenny's doing with Okada. Oh, please be quiet. Wow, so they put their EVP titles on the line? Yeah, Boza, the stakes just got higher. Oh my God. And good, they're running like little chumps. I actually like this. I do like them as a tag team. That is true, Bosa, because remember, Swerve does have history with the Hurt Syndicate that still has to go back. So if it's not Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey, this could be actually something that they could work with. Sorry, I know, right? But like I said, Swerve and Will Ospreay, I would not have a problem with them against the Hurt Syndicate because, like I said, Swerve still has to deal. He still has unfinished business with the Hurt Syndicate, and it's good that he has an ally because my clients he Acclaimed, they'll be back 2026. Oh, and they're showing the montage from this past weekend on Collision between Don Callis family and Okada, because it looks like Okada is part of the Don Callis family, and also what happened on Collision this past weekend. Don Callis kind of made saying Kenny Omega didn't have any friends, but he has Mark Briscoe, and as I mentioned, Kota Ibushi, and as they used to tag team as the Golden Lovers. So Kenny does have friends. You just don't know it yet. You just don't know. But yeah, the stakes high. AEW EVPs. And also up next, Kota Ibushi taking on Trent Beretta. And I'm going to tell you something. Don Callis was right. Kota Ibushi is a raging maniac. Somebody I would not want to mess with. I don't think Jon Moxley would not even want to mess with him. You think Jon Moxley was? Ibushi is 10 times more of a maniac. And that troll was whining on Saturday. So beautiful to see. Exactly. I'm just saying. He is a crazy maniac. Don't mess with them. But yeah, we got another match added to All in Texas. And I think it is starting to shape up pretty good. Now, I wish it would go with my predictions because I have been predicting Max Caster versus Anthony Bowens at All in Texas. They do need a full match. Because I would like to see more of my clients on there. But I did say if it doesn't happen then, it'll happen at Forbidden Door. I do think there is a lot of things that are happening. So we shall see. But I'm excited. I think All In is definitely going to have a really interesting card. I hope they continue matches. I would like for them to put one more women's match on the card. But I know, I'm happy to see all the women, but I just hope the Casino Gauntlet match has a time limit because this is Women's Wrestling Talk and we advocate for all the ladies. I hope so. I think, Boza, we may have that happen. We may have Willow versus Beretta happening because if Willow gets screwed out of this match, I think this could lead to that match. I'm just saying. We shall see. We shall see. But we shall see on that. And yeah, we're ready. We are ready for that. And I think, and this is just me, I believe that AEW kind of needs to do a little bit of a hard reset, not just for their women's division, but also their tag team division, because I know the next pay-per-view is Forbidden Door, but I'm looking ahead to 2026 because we know where August next year, 2026 will be. It will be at Wembley Stadium. And if they really want to go above and beyond, for the first two, they got to go, no pun intended, all out for the third one in 2026. So they're going to have to do a hard reset after All in Texas is over on their women's division, on their tag team division, especially where they're going to go, because I'm getting tired of this. I just don't understand with the Unification Championship. They need to do a complete hard reset after. Oh, and they're showing what happened moments ago, where it's going to be Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay, putting out the gauntlet against the obnoxious EVPs, the Young Bucks, and they're putting their EVP titles on the line. Interesting. That is interesting. So that was happening moments ago. Oh, and look what they have to say. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, and look at that. Members of the Don Callis family with the Young Bucks. And of course, they're dealing with Kenny Omega. They should be the last people to talk about Don Callis because them and Don Callis have a lot in common. I wish they would change the name to Unified Championship instead of a different name. It just does. It's not clicking with me. It's not clicking. So it looks like backstage, Trent Beretta is trying to make a point. It's facing off against Kota Ibushi next. And I can tell you, Takeshita looks like he doesn't trust Okada either, because if you saw earlier in the year, a couple months ago, they were staring at each other when Takeshita was the international champion. So I can tell you they're going to have a match sooner than you think. They are going to have a match sooner than you think. And I would not mind seeing Okada versus Takeshita. I know, right? They're such big babies. Our producer from the future said, check my mentions. Okay, because I'm on Twitter. He did say TNT. See, that's why our producer from the future. I knew it said TNT instead of TNA. Oh my God. You did say. I knew he said TNT. This is why we have a producer. He collects all receipts. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh boy, we do love Seth here on WWT. I'm just messing around with him because I know our clients are faced off against each other in 17 days. 17 days it is. It's gonna be in Bloom, and Toni Storm is gonna come as she is. If you don't know the reference, it's Nirvana's "Come As You Are." So that's just a little FYI. But just to let you know, it's Kota Ibushi. And I do like his ring gear. I do like the blue color. But just to let you know, it's this Timeless Elite Wednesday coming to you from the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, Washington. So break out the flannel, bring out your teen ants, because we're going to have a little bit of fun. And I'll be referencing all grunge and alternate music throughout the entire evening. But here comes Trent Beretta alongside Rocky Romero, half RPG Vice. So it's going to be a good match, I will say. But feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got. Ugh. Part of me misses my client Orange Cassidy, but unfortunately he's hurt. He has a torn pectoral muscle, so don't know when he's gonna make his return. I just hope it's soon. I just hope it is soon. And same thing with Jay White, because I know he broke his hand. Hopefully we get those guys back soon. Never, but here we go. With the Timeless Elite, for Timeless Elite Wednesdays, you have Kota Ibushi taking on Trent Beretta. At least on Cal's ain't there making the commentary too much. You know why, Rosa? Because he ran away from Kota Ibushi. He is scared of him. He called him a maniac on the social channels for AEW. So that's why he did it, because he's scared of Kota Ibushi. And it serves him right, because I would not want to mess with him. I would not want to mess with him at all. Nah, of course. We wanted to make sure we give it to you. Anyways, because like I said, it has been a busy week for all of us, because summertime is a busy time, because, you know, wrestling, with their independent shows, pay-per-views, PLEs, so many events happening in summer, trying to get as much as you can, but we want to make sure we give you guys WWT as much. And also follow us on socials, because we got a lot of adventures happening. And I did see Rocky Romero try to stick his nose where it doesn't belong against Kota Ibushi. Well, we shall see. But yes, Monday Night Raw will be on at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. I think we may have to do like a Monday Nightmare. We could do a watch along and then also do the news too. Just making sure. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of news happening. And also, it could work because we can talk about the aftermath of Night of Champions. Well, if Night of Champions does happen. Because I have been following the news lately, and, well, you guys kind of know the deal. It's very scary out there. It is very, very scary. But I'm focusing on this match. Trent Beretta looks like he's getting the upper hand against Kota Ibushi. Same thing with appearance from Rocky Romero. Yeah, Boza, obviously. Obviously. And also, as I pretty much I'm going to mention this many times, tomorrow, as I mentioned, if you missed it, programming alert, AEW Collision will be on tomorrow night. 8 p.m. Thursday on TNT. It's not going to be on Saturday. It will be on tomorrow. Just a friendly reminder. Oh my goodness! I thought I was back because I think we're kind of yin and yang, Dylan. Because I'm a Cancer, and we kind of remember stuff too. But I don't know why. It's kind of like we kind of have an emotional attachment. I guess it's like yin and yang right there. Oh my God. Well, our producer from the future collects receipts. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. There is a NASCAR race in Atlanta, which is in presented by Collisions on Thursday. Exactly. So, friendly reminder: Collision will be on tomorrow. And also, of course, like NASCAR is back again because on TNT, and hockey season is officially over. Well, Stanley Cup finals are over. And congratulations to the Florida Panthers. They're the new NHL champions. Now they're getting ready for the NHL draft. But Trent Beretta, going back to the match, it looks like Trent Beretta is trying to get the upper hand on Kota Ibushi. Hi, Bobby Patino. Thank you for joining on Timeless Elite Wednesday. And oof, that move. Kick out made by Kota Ibushi. See, you don't mess with that man. I don't think he is. Kota Ibushi is plushing to get a win. See? Plush by Stone Temple Pilots. I told you I'm going to reference a lot of alternative and grunge music because we're in Seattle, Washington. Oh my goodness. And then look, we see Trent Beretta taunting. You do not want to mess with Kota Ibushi. He is a maniac. Actually, he would be really cool. Oh! See? Honestly, if it wasn't Hangman, I could see him being the guy to go up against Moxley. I could see that. I wouldn't mind seeing Ibushi. I don't see why not. If Hangman wasn't going up against or Swerve or Ospreay, I could see Ibushi. Because he is a maniac, just like Moxley. Ooh, close one. Trent Beretta trying to do a roll up. Oh, that was a close one. That was very close. He needs some sun. Leave the man be. He just came back from an injury. So our producer from the future saying, Will Ospreay in a tag team match at your biggest show is a massive letdown. Explain, our producer. Explain why you think that's the biggest letdown. Because I think they're trying to find angles on how to do this because with the fact Swerve is against the Young Bucks, I thought Will Ospreay was going to be included in the match with Hangman and Moxley because that could at least help because Hangman cannot do it on his own unless they have other plans. Because I could see Ospreay and Swerve getting involved with the Death Riders in Hangman and Mox's match. Let's not get carried away. I could see him getting involved either way. Ooh, a nice kick by. Ooh, and 1, 2. Yep, that look on Rocky Romero's face said it all. Said it all right there. Your winner, Kota Ibushi. His first match back. The last time we saw him was November 2023. Oh, and here comes Okada. Because remember, Okada, Kenny Omega. William Ospreay needs to be in a massive singles match for a major title. Well, that is true. You named yourself. He named it. Dylan, you named yourself the receipt collector. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I have to. Oh my god, I have to Snapchat, but I have to screenshot this and send it to the chat. Oh my god, I have to share that. Oh my god. But going back, it looks like Kota Ibushi and oh my god. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm pretty sure Dylan has so many receipts on me. I'm very nervous, and I'm sure. Oh, and next week, breaking news during Dynamite 300, it will be Kota Ibushi taking on Kazuchika Okada. Wow. That is it. That is a really cool match. I guess they want to go all out with 300. But of course, Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley. I'm pretty sure our producer got many receipts of me, especially when we do the montage of my 1 year anniversary. I don't care about what that creep thinks. But here we hear from Jon Moxley. Moxley messed with the wrong cowboy. He messed with the wrong cowboy. interesting words by our reigning AEW World Champion, but he picked a fight with the wrong cowboy, and he's gonna have some unexpected help. A lot more than you think. We can get Okada versus Ibushi. Well, I mean, our producer from the future, we shall see, because I feel like somebody's gonna walk away the winner, or it's gonna end like in a no contest or disqualification. To who? I don't know. Yeah, Boza. I mean, Moxley's going up against a cowboy, a deranged cowboy. And like I said, he's going to get some unneeded, unexpected help. Bobby, thank you. Well, unfortunately, my client, Tony Storm, because catching up to speed because we're already halfway through hour 1. We're back at 2 hours. Yay! And it's smelling like AEW Teen Spirit from Seattle, Washington. We kicked off with my client, Tony Storm. I thought she was going to say something, but she got ambushed. Yes, ambushed by Mercedes Moné. Tried to do a sneak attack on her and Luther. Mina Shirokana comes out, tries to help out Tony Storm, because Mercedes, she could be pretty on the outside and ugly on the inside. I told you I was going to reference a lot of alternative and grudge. FYI, that was a song by Hole called Pretty on the Outside. I had to do that. But, yeah, Mina Shirokana came to the aid of Tony Storm. Yeah, we did see her layout, but don't worry, because my client, she's very dangerous when she has her back against the wall. Then, of course, we saw those obnoxious EVPs. Tried to switch up the programming because we saw Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay take on Ring of Honor's Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. And Swerve and Will Ospreay came out with victory. And they put out a challenge to the Young Bucks, a tag team match. Swerve, Will Ospreay taking on the Young Bucks with their AEW EVP titles on the line. So that's going to be interesting. We also got to see Kota Ibushi taking on Trent Beretta, and Kota Ibushi got the win. Oh, and we're going to see Renee Paquette talking to AR Fox. So we're talking to AR Fox, and he does have a lot of them. And look who shows up, Ricochet. So it looks like Ricochet's trying to find some friends to help him out on creating a stable. And it looks like he's trying to approach AR Fox. Does he know AR Fox is friends with Jet Speed? He didn't even say yes, AR Fox. And does he know he's friends with Jet Speed? Oh my God. I mean, good luck. I can smell disaster for Ricochet. But here we go. We got a bonus tag team match. Ricochet and AR Fox taking on Jet Speed, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey. I actually like this tag team. They are very fun. They are so fun to watch, and I adore them. And don't underestimate their size, because they had a pretty good match against the Young Bucks. I thought they should have. And also with the fact, too, I think, like I said, after All in Texas, they kind of have to reset not just the women's division, but also the tag team division, just complete reset, because I'm also really thinking about not just Forbidden Door, but I'm thinking ahead to 2026, because they mentioned they're going to be in Wembley next year. So I kind of really want them to really figure out what direction they're going to go, because I could see Kevin Knight and Speedball McBailey for the tag team titles. I wouldn't mind round 2 with the Gates of Agony. I could see the Outrunners, because it looks like the Outrunners, and I mentioned this a couple months ago, it looks like they're going to have a feud with FTR, which I have been waiting for. But here we go with Jet Speed. And I do love this tag team so much. They are just so fun to watch. I love them. Yes, definitely. And definitely go check out Speedball and his wife, Veda, because I had the chance to do commentary with her back in January. She is super sweet. And she is killing it in the commentary side. So definitely want to give a shout out to her. Hi, Frederick Cole. Thank you for joining on this watch along for Timeless Elite Wednesday. You're just hanging out with me because it does smell like AEW Teen Spirit. Because get your flannels out, get your teen inks coming out to play. I will say Ricochet looks like he could be dead and bloated in this match. Another reference again. Stone Temple Pilots song, Dead and Bloated. Well, it looks like Ricochet's trying to take over. And does he know AR Fox is friends with Speedball? This is going to be very interesting. Oh, and they threw AR Fox outside the ring. Looks like it's 2-on-1. Tag is made to AR Fox. Well, looks like they're gonna have to do it. I could see Kyle Fletcher win the TNT Championship. He could, by the way, because it looks like Adam Cole and Kyle Fletcher have a little bit of button heads. So it's a possibility they could have a match. And maybe after this whole All in Texas, Adam Cole could do an open challenge for the TNT Championship. Because he did it before. Because that happened. Not him, but when Adam Cole was TNT champion, he did the open challenge. So it would be nice for Adam Cole to pick up that open challenge again. And also feel free to put in the chat who you guys got. You guys got AR Fox and Ricochet or Jet Speed? Oh my goodness. I actually did enjoy AR Fox because when I was at Dynasty in Philadelphia, fans were going crazy for AR Fox. He was doing his thing. He really stood out, and I really do love his athleticism. I could see him being in a singles title gold, either for the TNT Championship. I'm not going to say unified title, but it would be nice for him to be in that picture. And also, I would be surprised if we see him in the Continental Classic later this year, because I would love to see him, Kevin Knight, Speedball, Ricochet, Anthony Bowens, and I'm also going to throw in Max Caster too. I know people think like, oh, he lost the match. Don't sleep on a few of my boys, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. So we'll see on that. Threw Ricochet outside of the ring. Oh my goodness. Bang, bang, baby! Another Stone Temple Pilots reference song. That was the name of the song. Bang, bang, baby. Hi, Eddie Foster. How are you today? I'm trying to stay cool as much as I can. My central air is off the fritz at the moment, so I'm trying to keep myself cool because I have my fan here and I have cold water to keep me hydrated. So I'm staying cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for staying with me on Timeless Elite Wednesday because we're in the Pacific Northwest, where we're in Seattle, Washington. It smells like AEW Teen Spirit. Because break out your flannels, break out your teen angst, because I'm doing a lot of references on some of the references because Seattle is also home to alternative and grunge music. So, yeah, we're going to be getting a lot of that. We're almost at the final hour of Timeless Elite Wednesday because we had a crazy June. It has been really a crazy June because earlier in the month we had back-to-back 4-hour watch-alongs. Last week we had a 2.5-hour watch-along in Mexico, and now we're back at normal time. So, and it's also the final Wednesday of June. So we had a very wacky June for Timeless Elite. It's crazy. But I'm happy you guys are on board with me. I'm very, very happy you guys are on board with me and enjoying this watch-along. And just to let you know, even though it's in picture-in-picture, the match is still going live. We have Jet Speed, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight taking on, this is an interesting team, AR Fox and Ricochet. Interesting. I hope women's gets Continental Classic one day. We have my clients Anna J and Harley Cameron, and your clients Jamie Hayter and Time to Storm one day. I think it'll happen soon. They just have to work out their kinks. Just have to work out the kinks. But I hope it happens somewhere down the line. Oh, Bobby, I'm really happy. I'm really happy you are joining my watch along. I know a lot of times people are not biggest fans of AEW, but I try to make it more logical as I can because they do have some good stuff. Of course, I have to really give constructive criticism to AEW on what's not working, while also doing a little bit of fun of fantasy booking. Because I hear people complain too much, and it's like you don't do fantasy booking. So I am going to do a little bit of fantasy booking myself because it's going to be very interesting, especially going into All In. Yes, they do, Bobby. They got the talents as well. But we are back live from Seattle, Washington. Ricochet and AR Fox teaming up to take on Kevin Knight and Speedball. And it looks like there has been a miscommunication between Ricochet and AR Fox. Oh my goodness. It's like a miscommunication. Oh my God. I can see why Ricochet doesn't have many friends because his ego gets the best of him. But ooh, a kick by Kevin Knight. Oh my God. Ooh, Ricochet over the top rope. Tag is made to Speedball. I'm not going to lie. I really do like this tag team. I really, really do. I could see them as a threat to the Hurt Syndicate, and I could see Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland as a threat. I said Hangman and Swerve, but Will Ospreay and Swerve make a lot more sense. Ooh, Ricochet made the save. I could have sworn he was dead and floated. Ha! You see what I did there? A reference made. Stone Temple Pilots, because like I said, all night long we're going to be making references to alternative music. Because we are in Seattle, Washington. And I'm excited. Ooh, over the top rope, Mike Fox. Well, here comes Fox. Speedball. Yes, exactly. Collision is tomorrow. Just a quick FYI. Collision is tomorrow night at 8 p.m. And it will also be in the Pacific Northwest. So 8 p.m. tomorrow on TNT. Yes. So. Oh, and look at that. Ricochet left, not surprisingly, Ricochet left his tag team partner. Oh my goodness. Kevin Knight and AR Fox are going to give the best of each other. Kind of really sucks. Because I kept thinking to Ricochet, isn't AR Fox friends with Jet Speed? Ricochet just left him high and dry. Just left him high and dry. And that's it. Your winners of this match is Jet Speed. Well, it looks like Ricochet's on the drawing board because he has to find more friends. I thought Ricochet was going to have Leo Rush and Action Andretti, but it looks like after what happened on commentary with Collision, it's like he's not going to find friends there. I don't even know who's going to team with him, to be honest, because I'm running out of options. I really, really am. Oh, and there's Tony Schiavone. Yep, there is Tony Schiavone. And look at him. He's back there. So he's going to get a quick interview with Jet Speed. Held hostage. They've been held hostage since like February. Yep, since February. Well, they're making a point. Oh my God! They are singing MVP's old theme song. I'm coming. Oh my God, Kevin Knight! I love it! And then they got ambushed by the Hurt Syndicate. Oh my God, blindsided. Of course, we see MVP. Oh my God, that was wild. And then, oh yeah, we got MJF and MVP. Well, this is going to be a tall task for Speedball, and he does. I think he sees them as a threat. That's what I'm thinking. Not only them, but if Will Ospreay and Swerve go through that direction, because Swerve does have history with the Hurt Syndicate. Swerve does, and he still wants to get his hands on them. So I just see either them two or Ospreay and Swerve. Because if it's not my client C acclaimed, which will be 2026, I can deal with those two. And it looks like they're not done because they're really not done. Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley. And MJF and MVP and I guess they got a table. And I guess because after what happened last week at Grand Slam Mexico, they had some help from Bandido, Templorio, and they did a sneak attack on them last week. But they know what they get. Oh, and look, MVP putting the cheap shot on his cane. Actually, he does fit them very well. Yeah, Ian Riccaboni mentioned this last week. They suck attack them on Mexico. And it's a nice segue because we're going to hear from the Hurt Syndicate next. Don't worry. Because I know the Hurt Syndicate, yep, but we shall see what happens. MVP starting again with the music. Because, as I mentioned, it's a segue because we're going to hear from them next regarding the status of the tag team division. And, yeah, we shall see. You may be right, Boza, because we may get a multi for Texas. I mean, obviously, we're going to have jet speed. I know that's crazy, but it looks like MVP wants to handle business, and we're going to see what they're going to do. We're going to see what they have to say regarding the tag team titles, and yeah. But I think you're right, Boza. Maybe a multi-tag team. To who? I don't know. I could see Jet Speed. Maybe the Gates of Agony. We haven't seen Private Party in a while. They can make a return in Texas. Oh, and let's hear what MVP has to say. Oh my god! And he's begging for competition? Oh. Times like this, I wish my clients the Acclaimed would get back together. But they will 2026. 2026. They'll be back. Well, it looks like MJF's going to have the mic. Show respect to MJF. Please. Please, show respect. Oh my god, did they really say the Sonics? Oh my god. Oh my god. Really? MJF's gonna enter a qualifying match for the Casino Gauntlet match. I wonder who's it against. Well. Oh! Here comes Mark Briscoe! And also Mark Briscoe is part of a fatal four-way match to determine the number one spot. It's him, Roddy, Bandido, and Konosuke Takeshita. But let's see what Mark Briscoe. And plus, I love seeing Mark Briscoe on TV. Please put him on TV a lot more. I just love Mark. He's been on more TV time with Kenny. Actually, Mark Briscoe is a star, by the way. He's friends with almost anybody. Oh, please, not surprised. Call them schmucks. Mark is not stupid. He's very smart. Oh my God. Empathy. That's the word of the day by Mark Briscoe. Empathy. Empathy. I love it. I love that the fans are chanting it. Well, yes, he did. You can't count out Mark Briscoe. He's been having one heck of a singles run since he came to AEW. Had the conglomeration, helping out his friend Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, and now this. It's just he's so likable. But he doesn't take a lot of crap from anybody. I would not mess with him and Jay. He's lucky his brother is. He's lucky his brother's not alive to this day, because I feel like him and Jay would just destroy the Hurt Syndicate. I think so, but we shall see. Because, like I said, we have the men's and women's gauntlet match happening. Mark Briscoe, Bandido, Roderick Strong, and Konosuke Takeshita happening right now, because the winner of this match will get the #1 spot. And who do you guys have? Who do you guys have on winning #1? Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what I said. If Jay was alive, I think those two would really run ramshack with the Hurt Syndicate. No questions about that. But feel free to put in the chat who you guys got winning this match, because this is actually very, very tough, because all of them do have strong cases, but I would love for Mark Briscoe to win, but I just have a feeling Konosuke Takeshita may win. For some odd reason, I always feel like someone from the Don Callis family is going to go on top. But also with the fact, too, he had the stare down from Kota earlier today. So I could tell they had, this is not the first time Takeshita and Okada had a stare down before, so we shall see on that. And also, Boza, you kind of mentioned earlier, I could see a multi-way tag team match, but who do you think should be involved in that match? Because, of course, Kevin Knight and Sweetball should be involved in it, but who other people do you think? Because the Outrunners, it looks like they're feuding with FTR. I wouldn't mind throwing in the Gates of Agony. Of course, you have Big Bill and Ryan Keith. And who knows, we could see a return from Private Party. I know there is reports running around that their contracts are going to expire in AEW soon, but I would not be surprised if they did their deals under the rug without any of the media outlets happening right now. I would not be shocked if they signed the deals under the rug without any of them. So we shall see. I know, Buzz. I'm looking at your comment. He's a hypocrite begging for competition, and it's like, okay, you're begging for competition, but I don't know. We shall see on that. But this is Timeless Elite Wednesday with the Timeless Elite, because we've had a very stacked deck happening, and we just have a Wicked Garden happening. Wicked Garden happening throughout this whole night in Seattle, Washington. Get your flannels out, the home of Teen Ants, alternative grunge music. We shall see on that when we do at the match next. And I think we're not going to get the women's match at 9:30. But like I said, we are doing with the men's gauntlet, the casino gauntlet match for All In. Mark Briscoe, Bandido, Roderick Strong, Konosuke Takeshita. Winner of that match gets the #1 spot on the men's side. Hi, Maria. Thank you for joining on this Timeless Elite Wednesday with yours truly, the Timeless Elite. We're excited, and we're seeing, and I think I like this guy already, Bandido. He reminds me so much of Zorro. As I said in Summer Blockbuster earlier this month, he reminds me so much of Zorro. The fans just love Bandido, and it's been a while. Well, I know he recently defended the Ring of Honor title, but I'm very curious on who do you think should be his next opponent for that Ring of Honor World Championship belt, since he won it. And here comes Roddy. Roddy. And also another tag team I didn't figure out, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly. Because actually they got a win over the former tag team champions, FTR. They got a win. Well, here comes Roddy. Yep, Eddie, better late than never, because this is what I like in my chat. Because you know what? I will say a lot of people are not the biggest fan of AEW, but I try to make it more fun, engaging, and as much of it as I can. And also have to give constructive feedback too, because I want AEW to be better. I really want them to be the second best wrestling promotion in the world. And also I just want them to be better when it comes to booking the storylines, and also really being an actual voice in women's wrestling. And also, can I just say it's been so great not to hear Don Callis' voice tonight? And I know why we haven't heard his voice today, because since the return of Kota Ibushi, he called him he's scared of him, and he called him a maniac on Collision. But don't be shocked, because we may see Don Callis tomorrow on Collision. I'm just saying. But like I said, 17 days, so all in Texas. They're showing the whole week of events that are happening from the 9th through the 12th during All in Texas week. Of course, they have Dynamite, they have Collision Wednesday and Thursday, Ring of Honor, Starrcade, Texas happening. So a lot of events happening later in the night. But here we go with our fatal four-way match. Feel free to put in the chat on who you guys got. I would actually like Mark Briscoe to win, but I have a slight feeling Konosuke Takeshita may pick up the victory. Nothing against Roddy or Bandido, but also we heard next week during a 300 episode of Dynamite that it'll be Kota Ibushi taking on Kazuchika Okada. And we also found out MJF will be in a qualifying match next week to enter the Casino Gauntlet men's match. I'm very curious on who's his opponent going to be. Very curious. Ooh, Bandido landing on his feet. Ooh, nice save by Bandido. Mark Briscoe on the top rope. Move by Roddy. Ooh, nice move by Mark Briscoe. Ooh, nice move by Mark Briscoe on the Bandido. I love it. The fans just love Mark Briscoe. He's just coming as he is. Like the song Come As You Are from Nirvana. Oh my goodness. I'm just on a roll with some of this stuff. Oh my goodness. I'm just on a roll here. Oh my goodness. I'm just looking at myself. Oh my goodness. I'm just cracking myself up with these jokes. Let's see. All right, so we're matches back in picture, but the match is still going live, and this is your timeless elite, and we're almost at the 9:30 mark. So, you know, Last Man Tony had me playing games with me because you had the women's match kick off first the last couple of weeks. You had the main event. You had them start like in the early hour of Dynamite, and now, well, after this, I'm sure it's going to be the women's match. But it's just the one thing I want is really putting out a lot more of your women's roster, just creating better storylines that don't involve the title. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Just create. But I think, as I mentioned, they're going to need a hard reset after All in Texas on their women's division, their tag team division. Whatever they're going to do with this winner takes all, they need a hard reset on building, especially storylines that don't involve titles. Hi, Rachel Reynolds. Thank you for joining on Timeless Elite Wednesday. And we are back live in Seattle, Washington, because it smells like AEW Teen Spirit, because we're in Seattle, Washington. It's the home of alternative and grunge music. So I will be doing a lot of references all night long. And we are in the men's casino four-way match for the #1 spot. Mark Briscoe, Roderick Strong, the Ring of Honor World Champion Bandido, and Konosuke Takeshita. It's really turning out to be a really fun fatal four-way. I just hope they get a lot of time. And also, don't be shocked if it's over. Do not be shocked if it's over. So, happy for that. And both Bandido and Roddy are down, but this is actually a really fun match. I like to see all the different styles coming in. I'm very curious on who is going to be in that Casino Gauntlet, because we could see the return of Jay White, because he did break his hand, and he still has a beef with the Death Riders. He has a beef with the Death Riders. Not sure if we're going to see my client, Orange Cassidy, because he has torn pectoral muscles, so he's going to be out for a bit. So, but I do wish two of my clients are on the injured reserve. Orange Cassidy and Jamie Hayter, which really sucks because Jamie Hayter was really starting to find her groove and do everything else, but of course she got derailed. But wishing speedy recovery to two of them. And we'll do Konosuke Takeshita pushed Bandido off the top rope, and Takeshita taking full advantage. But here comes Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe's feeling very froggy. He's feeling very froggy. And Roddy moved. Oh, close call. I thought Roddy got the win. I would not be mad about it. Oh, nice backdrop by Roddy. Oh my goodness, Takeshita. What's he gonna do here? What's he gonna do? It looks like a suplex. And look, Bandido, Mark Briscoe on the top rope. Both of them are feeling froggy. Who's gonna get it? Save made by Mark Briscoe. Ooh, Mark Briscoe was this close. He was this close on getting it. And look at that. Mark Briscoe, Bandido. You know what I wanted to face off against? I know Mark Briscoe already won the Ring of Honor belt, but I wouldn't mind seeing him getting a crack at it against Bandido. Because I'm trying to think of other challengers, like who would be capable of facing off against Bandido, but it's like, I don't know. And plus, with Mark, he's familiar with how Ring of Honor was back in the day. So I would not mind seeing him with a match. Oof. Bandido. Look at Bandido. Double German suplex by Takeshita. Oh my God. Roddy made the save. Oh my goodness. Nice counter by Roddy. Knee to the face. Oh my goodness. That's be it by Takeshita. Kick out made by Roddy. This match is getting so good. Bandido. Oh my goodness, Bandido. I'm actually happy we're getting a lot of television from him. Look at Bandido. Is Bandido going to end this on here? I love Ian Riccaboni's commentary, and he knows it all too well. Takeshita rolled out the ring. What's Bandido going to do? Ooh, kick to the face by Roddy. Feeling froggy by Mark Briscoe. And Mark Briscoe got the win! Your winner. And he has the #1 spot. See? MVP, MJF, that's what you get. Don't be talking trash about Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe got the #1 spot in the men's casino gauntlet match. Go, Mark! I can tell you some of them are not impressed. I can tell you the Hurt Syndicate backstage is not impressed. Who cares? I'm just happy to see Mark. Yay! Go, Mark! Yep, Eddie, he does. So congratulations to Mark Briscoe. Now, he made it alive and well. Another reference, alive. Oh, and we're going to hear from TNT champion Adam Cole. I've been waiting! I've been waiting, and I've been saying this from earlier today. Adam Cole is finally doing an open challenge tomorrow. On Collision, he will be doing an open challenge for his TNT championship. Oh my God. Finally. And now we go from the men to the women. And of course, this is WWT Live because we advocate for the ladies. We get to see Kris Statlander. I still can't get over what Toni Storm said about Kris Statlander. What a woman. That's what Toni Storm said about Kris Statlander. Well, here comes Kris Statlander. And also, it's very interesting because we see her interact with her former best friend, teammate, that little one-wheeler Yuta, and especially having an encounter with Marina Shafir. We also see what happened with the this past week because she encountered Jon Moxley. So that's going to be interesting. And, of course, we have the Forever Women's Champion, Ring of Honor Women's Champion, accompanied by Billie Starkz, Athena. I'm still sad that the only loss Athena has had so far is against Mercedes Moné. And they should have, I know they have been planning this for a while. They try, I know Fightful's making reports that Mercedes and Tony's been playing for a while, but I would not mind to see Mercedes and Athena go at it with each other at all in Texas, but we shall see. I'm just happy to see Athena back. Happy to see Athena. And here is Willow, and she looks great in red. I would not underestimate her one bit because she will kick your butt. Because I haven't really run and lost. Well, we shall see. I still think that match should happen. Yeah, we shall see. And thank you, Rosa, for that. Athena and Red Velvet taking on Thunder Rosa and CMLL's Purse Bone tomorrow. So make sure to check that out. Can Willow make it a perfect night in the office for the conglomeration? We shall see. We shall see. And here comes La Mera Thunder Rosa, who, and it's funny because we and Bosley were talking about this last week. She is gunning for Athena's Ring of Honor Women's Championship belt, which actually is very smart because it's very, very smart for Thunder Rosa with the fact not only she's a former AEW Women's Champion, it could also really see because we have to see, because we were thinking like who would be the one to dethrone Athena, because I thought it was Billie Starkz that would be the one to do it back at Ring of Honor Final Battle. It does make a lot of sense for Thunder Rosa because she has been doing some work over in Ring of Honor, and it actually could help with the fact that she is part of Busted Open podcast. She's doing a lot of things outside of the ring. And also, it could be the exposure that Ring of Honor needs. It could be. So, here we go. We got it's ladies' night. So, I am ready for some of these ladies to go at it. Cannonball by Willow. She's just doing her thing. Statlander, Thunder Rosa, headbutt by Thunder Rosa. Ooh, 1-2. Kick out by Willow. You can tell Willow and Kris Statlander have a lot of history together. And Athena. Because like I said, Athena is actually Thunder Rosa is eyeing Athena's Ring of Honor Women's Championship belt. But it's nice to see her back on TV. I just still think her first loss should not have been against Mercedes Moné. It just really sucks. But what am I to say? I think Athena will get another crack at Mercedes in the future. I think she will. I think she will. Athena has been on fire. And where's Willow? Oh. What is she doing? Willow makes it way too easy. What is she doing? No, she can't. Oh my God. Willow makes it too easy. That's why I love her. She makes it way too easy. Oh my God. That was crazy. Oh my goodness. That was an even flow move by Willow Nightingale. See, I got another reference again. So, as you mentioned, it's in Seattle, Washington. It is the home for alternative music and grunge. And did not get the song Even Flow by Pearl Jam. I'll be using a lot of references throughout the whole night because, Seattle's the home of grunge and alternative music. So get your flannels out, break out your teen ants. That was an even flow by Willow with that power bomb. It was just, oh my God. But the match is going picture in picture. The match is, even though the match is a picture in picture, the match is still going live. So you're here with me, the Timeless Elite, on Timeless Elite Wednesday with me. I mean, we're 17 days away from all in Texas. So we shall see on that. 17 days away. And also, this has been a pretty good solid episode of Dynamite, because now we have some matches that we're getting and all in Texas. We still have to figure out where we're going to go with all this. But as I mentioned, I don't think I'm debating, do I want to do a post show or not, because I think I'm not gonna do a post show, because I'm pretty sure you guys have followed quick through. But I will do like a quick moment. And a nasty move by Athena. Oof. Right in the ring post. But just going back to this, as you mentioned, we kicked off with my client, the Timeless One, the reigning AEW Women's Champion, because I thought she was going to talk. Unfortunately, she got sneak attacked by Little Miss CEO, Mercedes Moné. She thinks she can put a cheap shot in. And even Mina Shirokana tried to help my client, Toni Storm. But Mercedes, you picked a dangerous side of Toni you don't want to mess with. I'm just saying. You picked the wrong side to mess with. We also got to see Will Ospreay and Tor Strickland take on Ring of Honor's Blake Christian and Leo Johnson, which of course you have those obnoxious EVPs. But sideway, we are back live with the Fatal 4-Way for the number one spot for the Women's Casino Gauntlet match. We have Thunder Rosa, the Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena, Kris Statlander, and Willow Nightingale. And be on the lookout, because Billy Starks is at ringside. Oh, and tomorrow for Collision, we have, as Adam Cole mentioned, he had his challenge. He put a call a challenge, and he will be facing off against Josh Alexander. And it's gonna lead up to Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship at All in Texas. It's gonna happen sooner than you think. And ladies and gentlemen, next week for the TBS Championship, we have Mina Shirokana taking off Mercedes Moné. I know it's not about to happen, but wouldn't it be funny if Mina Shirokana beat her for the TBS title? I mean, I know it's not going to happen, but that would be kind of hilarious, because I know Mercedes hasn't lost yet, but that would be pretty funny. Well, actually, it kind of wouldn't, because if she did lose it next week, that means she would have to win the TBS. I know, Boza, but I kind of want her to retain, only because I want my client Toni Storm to retain. Because if she loses it next week, then it's like, okay. I was like, man, I have a feeling Mercedes is going to win the AEW Women's title. So that's why I would like for it to happen. But I do think Mercedes is going to retain, only because I want my client to retain Toni Storm. So, I mean, it would be interesting, but I don't know. We shall see. I know. It's just I would like for that to happen. But it would be interesting if Mercedes next week did a vicious assault on Mina, because she knows how the friendship between Mina and Toni is. So if she could crank up that aggression level, then that's gonna take it to the level for their match. I'm in on that. Kick out by Willow. Well, he needs to get over it and trying to threaten Tanahashi. That man is on his retirement tour. He's getting ready for the annual G1 tournament. He's going to be facing off against Gabe Kidd. I mean, come on. Tanahashi's a busy man. He's got other business. And he has Forbidden Door in August. So, Like I said, Thunder Rosa, she wants that Ring of Honor women's title belt against Athena, which I think would make a lot more sense if Thunder Rosa was the one to do it. Because if it wasn't Billy Starks, then I could see Thunder. Here comes Kris Statlander. What's Kris Statlander doing? Ooh. And also, the last time they had a similar match, Kris Statlander actually won it, was the number 1. She got the number 1 spot for that Gauntlet match. The women's Gauntlet match, back to Maximum Carnage. Could Kris Statlander go 2 for 2? They're going for Thunder Rosa. Oh, look at Athena. She has her hands on Thunder. Because I will say, Athena can't afford to lose. I know Thunder can't afford to lose. Well, here's Billy. What's Billy? Billy Starks! Look at Justin Roberts. Athena has the Ring of Honor women's title belt. What's he doing? And also, you got to watch out, too, for Red Velvet, because it looks like Red Velvet is aligning with Athena, too, after that 8-women tag match that happened last week. Suplex off the steel steps. Oh, Thunder Rosa. I can tell you that back of hers is, and she injured. That's how she had to relinquish that title. And look at Billy Starks. What is she doing? Cannonball made by Willow Nightingale. I think Billy Starks has no idea what she's gonna do. Yeah, because last time that happened, Kris said, "Oh, wait a minute," and I knew she was gonna interfere in this match. I kind of knew she was. And look at that little runt, Wheeler Yuta. What's he doing? I really want her to powerbomb him. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for pouncing him. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I wanted to see that happen. But Kris Statlander. And this is and your winner is not shocking, Kris Statlander. And I told you this is the second time she's got the number 1 spot for the women's Gauntlet match. And look at Marina Shafir. She's looking. I'm still waiting for her versus Willow to happen at home in Texas. Poor Billy Starks. Yeah, that is true. Because you have to say, Willow is one of the first females to Willow is one of the first few females to stand up to Marina Shafir. Because she is not afraid of her. Because she helped out with her friend Orange Cassidy. She helped out with her friend the Conglomeration. Okay, so they're showing clips of what happened at Collision this past weekend regarding Nick Wayne and Christian, because it looks like there is a little friction with the patriarchy. But also, you know, they really want to go up against Big Bill and Brian Keith, because it looks like Christian Cage and Nick Wayne wants to go after tag team gold. Interesting. And of course, Christian calls himself the greatest TNT champion. Don't know about that. Also, tomorrow night, Collision, 8 p.m. on TNT. It will be Nick Wayne and Christian Cage taking on Brian Keith and Big Bill. And as we know, Adam Cole is finally bringing back the TNT Open Challenge. And he will be facing off against Josh Alexander tomorrow. Oh my God. By the grace of God. Yay. By the grace of God. by the grace of God. But up next is the main event, the Beast Mortos taking on Hangman Adam Page. Don't want to face with that deranged cowboy. Favorite rumors that a father-son tag title. Really? That is very interesting. Yeah, you kind of knew because Thunder and Athena, like I said, they're going at it with the Ring of Honor women's title. Thunder can't afford to lose. Athena can't afford to lose. So. Nope, you're right, Rosa. They are no joke. They are no joke at all. And I do think Big Bill and Brian Keith are going to outshine the patriarchy. I did another reference again. Outshined by Soundgarden. As I mentioned, we are in Seattle, Washington, so don't be shocked if I put a lot of references in the alternative grunge scene, because a lot of bands came from Seattle. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Mudhoney, Mother Love Bone, along with many, many others. So, but yeah, we're in our main event, and we're almost at the end point. Don't think I'm going to do a watch along tonight, but just going to give you a quick run through because I did say my client Tony Storm got ambushed by Mercedes Moné. Mina Sharkana came out. We got to see Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland take on Blake Christian and Leo Johnson for Ring of Honor. Swerve and Will Ospreay got the win. Of course, you had those obnoxious EVPs at ringside, but Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland threw out the gauntlet. They want to challenge the Young Bucks to a match, and they put their AEW EVP titles on the line. Which is fair. So that's good. We got to see the return of Kota Ibushi taking on Trent Beretta. Of course, we saw the Young Bucks backstage with members of the Don Callis family because, of course, with Okada and Kenny, they really want to take out Kenny Omega for good. Nice return by Kota Ibushi. He got the win over Trent Beretta. And, of course, Okada having to stare down with him. And we now know next week. Oh, and they're showing this from last Saturday. FTR, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita. And we see the Outrunners coming out because I've been saying this for weeks and the last months. They need to have a feud with FTR because that could really solidify them as serious tag team contenders. Oh, and of course, we have that Weasel Stokely and FTR. So it looks like FTR and that Weasel Stokely are calling out the Outrunners tomorrow on Collision. So let bygones be bygones, but I don't think the Outrunners are going to take that very well. I don't think so. But it's our main event. Here comes the deranged cowboy. Here comes the deranged cowboy. Hangman Adam Page. It's going to be an interesting match. There's going to be a lot of surprises. Oh, and I was going to share this a lot because I kept thinking a lot about this, especially with the Casino Gauntlet men's match. And hear me out. I know people really want Darby to come out during the main event. What if Darby Allin shows up in the Casino Gauntlet match? Hear me out, because I know they had a situation with Christian when he got it last year in London. But think about it. Darby Allin coming into the Casino Gauntlet unannounced, getting the contract, and depending on what happens in the main event, he cashes it in and becomes world champion the same night. Call me crazy, but that was something, because I know Darby is going to fit in because we thought it was going to be a fatal four-way, but what if he comes back through the Casino Gauntlet match? That could really put an interesting spin on it, and I think it would kind of make up for the disaster that they put in last year with Christian. But here we main event. Okay, so we have Hangman Adam Page taking on the Beast Mortos. Beast Mortos against, and if you kind of know the deal, if you've been following us on WWT Live, he is dating Mercedes Moné. Pretty much, it's an interstate love song between those two. See, I made another reference to alternative and grunge again. Interstate Love Song by Stone Temple Pilots. Oh my God. Nice hurricanrana by the Beast Mortos. It looks like after he aligned himself with the Elite and the Death Riders, it kind of makes sense because they want to take out Hangman. Oh man, nasty headbutt. I'm curious where Rouge and Listico come in. Because what's going to happen with LFI? So here we go. It looks like the Beast has been dominating the crap out of Hangman. But here comes Hangman Adam Page. Adam Page trying to get the fans on his feet, but he stopped him. Oof, take it outside the ring. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at something that Fightful posted earlier. So Mark Briscoe made a comment. So you know the promo that Mark Briscoe and MJF did. He was saying MJF has a teeny tiny kosher pickle in his pants. Alicia tweeted this. She said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's get one thing straight. It's absolutely a kosher pickle, but it's definitely not tiny. That is wild. That is so wild. Oh, God. He's never going to be. That is wild. But this match is going in picture in picture. That is crazy. Excuse me, but this is... I know, me too. I'm happy Alicia is having fun with this and really playing along to this. That girl is a trooper, and I just want to meet her in person and have an interview with her. And not about her relationship with MJF, but how did she get started in the industry? How did she have a love for wrestling? And also, she's into music too. Because I follow her on socials. So she started off as a journalist. So I just want to sit down and just have a casual conversation with Alicia. Just oh my God. I'm happy. Same. I'm happy Alicia's having fun with this. She should. She should. But thank you guys for doing it. Yeah, before AEW found her and she as a YouTube personality was talking to everybody. Yeah, she was, and that was really good that she used a platform to talk with like music and wrestling. But I would just love to have a conversation with her and how she had a love for music, because I'm a lover of music too, and it's just nice to talk with music and wrestling in general. And I love how it intertwines with it. So I think it would be a cool conversation to have with her. Boss lady, we gotta make that happen. Gotta interview Alicia. So, but anyways, that would be a great interview for this channel. Oh my goodness, that would be so fun. Just to talk to her about like her goals, her vision, her music, like how did she got into wrestling? Did she knew that she wanted to be in this industry, and how, and also how out of all things she managed to score with MJF. Like what was the winningest thing on winning him over? That's my question. But like I said, yeah, we're almost wrapping up Timeless Elite Wednesday on this Wednesday night. It has really been a wicked garden out here in the land of Seattle. You dusted off your flannels, you bring out your inner teen angst, and it has been smelling like AEW teen spirit around here. But we are back live with the main event on TBS with Hangman Adam Page taking on the Beast Mortos. As Eddie Foster mentioned, he is Mr. Mercedes Moné, which, you know, kudos to them, because I'm happy. I just hope I'm happy that she has found a lot of romance. Found romance. That makes me happy to see, because everybody deserves to fall in love. Everyone. And it makes me happy to see it. So kudos to them. Kudos to them, and wish them nothing but happiness. Ooh, nice close up by Hangman. Kick out made by the Beast Mortos. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow on Collision, we're going to hear from FTR, especially regarding what happened last Saturday on Collision with the Outrunners. And Adam Cole, he put out his opening challenge, and it got answered by Josh Alexander. And we're also going to see Kyle Fletcher take on Kyle O'Reilly. Sky Blue taking on Queen Amanada. That's going to be a very good one. And we're going to see Rocky Romero and Estelio taking on Templorio and Brody King. And of course, we're going to have Brian Keith and Big Bill taking on Nick Wayne and Christian Cage. So it's shaping up to be a good, solid card on Collision. I'm excited. Shaping up to be a good Collision. And also, just a friendly reminder, it will be Hangman tried to do a moonsault, but he missed, and the Beast. Oof, that's his agility right there with the Beast Mortos. And also, if you have not seen his performance when he was in the Continental Classics last year, I still highly recommend watching it, because his performance last year and even before that, it was incredible to watch. Oof, he's just destroying Hangman Adam Page. Oh my God. But just a friendly reminder, we're programming AEW Collision will be on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on TNT. Not on Saturday, 8 p.m. tomorrow night on TNT. So make sure to set up DVR, set up your reminders. Friendly reminder, Collision is on tomorrow. Going back to this match, it looks like the Beast Mortos has gotten a lot of the advantage on Hangman Adam Page, because I know they're trying to soften him up for Jon Moxley. But I always feel like but I do feel like something is bound to happen in that main event. Ooh, that was an impressive move by the Beast. Kick out made by Hangman. Ooh, nice Poison Rana. Oh, Hangman, he wants to end this thing. The Cowboy wants to end it. Oof. That was a black shot. That's another reference. Black by Pearl Jam. But your winner of this match, Hangman Adam Page, got the victory. You got the victory to win. But I do feel like something is bound to happen in this match, especially with Moxley and Hangman. I just feel like there's so much that is about to happen. And why are the lights out? And it can only mean Moxley and the Death Riders. That's what I think. Oh, and I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. The EVPs. So I'm pretty sure we'll see Swerve and Ospreay come in, because I know Ospreay and Swerve have a lot to say. And I'm not surprised. Yeah, they have the Death Riders, and here comes Moxley. And I'm not surprised they're going to end it with Moxley. And I said this, a couple months ago, when the Death Riders first started. I would not be shocked if they were all working together. And surprise, we have that little runt wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir, because we saw them earlier screwing Willow Nightingale. Don't worry, Maria. The Beast Mortals will be stocking up rings. Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm saying, Boza, because I have a feeling if Darby Allin's going to make a return, he needs to win the Casino Gauntlet match. I would love nothing more for him to win it, because he could just show up, get the contract, and let's just say Hangman doesn't win. Then Darby needs to cash that in. And they're all surrounding Hangman. All surrounding. And like I said, we saw Marina and that little runt wheeler screwing Willow earlier today. And I know they banned probably Will Ospreay and Swerve from the building. Yeah, I know. He does it. And it's funny? Christopher Daniels said this to him a couple weeks ago. He needs to start having an alliance against the Death Riders. He told him he cannot do it alone. And look, those big, bad, obnoxious EVPs, acting Mr. Tough guys. Because like I said, they took Swerve and Ospreay out the building. Christopher Daniels, he's retired from wrestling. Oh, and I forgot about the Ops. I really forgot about Hobbs and Shibata. I really did. Here comes Samoa Joe, Hobbs, and they tried to get in. Like I said, yeah, you don't want to mess with Samoa Joe. He has a chair. It's like I said, they took Ospreay and Swerve. Oh, and here comes Will Ospreay. Here comes Will Ospreay. I'm surprised Willow didn't come out. Oh man, they did choke him with the neck. I know. You know what, Boza? He's lucky if Moxley and Hangman just gets to. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, because that's why I have a feeling. Because the only way, if they're gonna do Darby, I think he would win the Casino Gauntlet, and it would make a lot of sense, because if Hangman doesn't win, Darby could cash it in. I know they've been very scared because they're scared of Ospreay. But yeah, as I mentioned, the Young Bucks took I guess Moxley yelled at the camera, saying he'll see what the World Heavyweight Champion looks like. Like I said, those obnoxious, they banned Swerve from the building. And pretty much that's how we're going to end. That's what I'm saying. Because when I thought about it, Darby, but it could make sense for him to win the Casino Gauntlet and get the contract. I think it would make a lot of sense. That's what I'm thinking, Rosa. But that pretty much ends Dynamite. As I mentioned, I went through most of the matches pretty quickly. As I mentioned, my client, Toni Storm, she was supposed to come out to the ring, but she got attacked by Little Miss CEO, Mercedes Moné. Attacked her from behind, but Mina Shirakana came for the save. We also got to see Ring of Honor's Blake Christian and Leo Johnson take on Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. Good match by both teams. Definitely want to get the audience going and really get the crowd going, and everybody loved it. The winners of the match was... Yeah, she took the crowd back on Collision. Yep. We shall see on that. Definitely a way to start off. Your winners was Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. But of course, they had to deal with the obnoxious and atrocious EVPs and annoying EVPs, the Young Bucks. Because Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland threw up the gauntlet. They said, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland taking on the Young Bucks with their AEW EVP titles on the line. It has not been made official, but the gauntlet is out there. And of course, the Young Bucks threw Swerve out the building. He threw out for the building. So apparently that's why. Anyways, with that being said, we also had that. We also got to see, I'm trying to think of what other matches we got to see on that because there's so many. Oh, we had a bonus match. We had Ricochet and AR Fox taking on Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, Jet Speed. It was a really good match, but Ricochet ran like a coward, left AR Fox hanging. And the winners of the match was Kevin Knight and Speedball, and trying to make their point on the contender for the tag team champions. But of course, they got ambushed by the Hurt Syndicate, and that kind of led a little bit of derails there. Before that, we also got to see Kota Ibushi taking on Trent Beretta. First match for Kota Ibushi, because the last time we saw him on AEW programming was back in 2023. He teamed up with Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. They were the Golden Jets. But Kota Ibushi was Kenny Omega's tag team partner from New Japan, and they were called the Golden Lovers. So I love how they're bringing the ghost of Kenny and Omega's past into the present time. That's actually good as well. Go back to the Hurt Syndicate. Of course, MVP is trying to be hypocritical, saying, where are the tag teams? Are being competitive and all that stuff? Please. They're coming. Just not now, but they are coming. We get to see Mark Briscoe come out right before his match and trash talk to MJF. We also found out next week MJF has a qualifying match for the Casino Gauntlet match against who? I don't know. I don't know who's it going to be. So we should be on that. We saw Mark Briscoe, Roderick Strong, Konosuke Takeshita, and the Ring of Honor World Champion Bandido in a fatal four-way match for the men's Casino Gauntlet match for that number one spot. The winner of that match was Mark Briscoe. And we saw the Hurt Syndicate backstage eyeing on Mark Briscoe. Did seem look impressed, but we shall see. And FYI, Jay Hendry, my birthday's on Friday. I just want to put a quick FYI. It's on Friday. that's that. We also get to see the ladies in action. We got to see the women of Thunder Rosa, Athena, Willow, Nightingale, Kris Statlander in a fatal 4-way match to determine the number 1 spot for the women's casino gauntlet match. We got to see, it was a really good solid match between all 4 ladies. I knew Athena or Thunder could not afford a double loss, considering the fact Thunder Rosa is going for Athena's Ring of Honor Women's Championship match. But surprise, surprise, we got to see that little runt Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir interfere in Willow's match. I'm happy Willow Nightingale pounced Wheeler Yuta because that's what I needed. Yeah, that is what I needed. But of course, Marina tried to interfere, and the winner of that match is Kris Statlander. Which, shockingly enough, because the last match that happened, she got the number 1 spot in the women's gauntlet match at Maximum Carnage. We'll see where this goes. Also, we had the main event. Beast Mortos taking on Hangman Adam Page. Good solid match between the two of them. Of course, the winner is Hangman Adam Page. And we did see the Young Bucks attack Hangman Adam Page. And the Death Riders, because I've been saying this last couple of months, I would not be shocked if they were working together under the rug. And as I mentioned, they banned Swerve from the building. The Ops tried to come in, but it looked like the Death Riders are kind of like outnumbering. But thankfully, Will Ospreay came in and everybody dispersed. I feel like anytime either Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, or even Samoa Joe, everybody dispersed. And that is crazy. But we did end it with medics checking on Hangman. John Moxley and the Young Bucks are talking trash and making their case for the world title. As I mentioned earlier, because I mentioned this many times in the Casino Gauntlet match, because I think it would be a really good opportunity for Darby. Just come in unannounced during the Casino Gauntlet. Come in unannounced. Just go right into the Gauntlet match. Win it. You get the contract for the World Heavyweight title. And let's just say during the main event, Hangman doesn't win. But there's a lot happening in the ending. You know, Death Riders and Young Bucks are wreaking havoc for everything. Here comes Darby Allin. And he wants to cash it that same night on All In Texas. And Viola, right there. You have your new World Heavyweight Champion. That right there is storytelling at its finest. Because if you really want to make All In one of the best pay-per-views of the year, that is it. But that's just me playing my fun fantasy booking. But that would be really cool if it did happen. Because, boss man, you gotta cut me a check. It was really a solid episode. I mean, it did everything it could. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Really great episode. Just continuing that momentum. We're all in Texas. Next week is Dynamite 300. We already know a few matches happening next week. As I mentioned, MJF is supposed to have his qualifying match next week. Don't know who's it going to be. We also have the TBS title on the line. Mercedes Moné taking on Mina Shirakawa. So this is going to be very interesting. And I think if Mercedes cranks up the aggression level and really does a lot of physical damage to Mina, that kind of upped the stakes of the match between Tony and Mercedes. So we shall see. Also, we have Kota Ibushi taking on Kazuchika Okada. I think Kenny Omega is going to make a return next week. If it's not like leading up to Texas, I think he's going to make a return next week. Or the final Dynamite before Texas. I see him making a return. So we shall see on that. I gave it a solid 8 out of 10. And it has been a wicked garden out here. We had so many. Oh boy. We had so many down in the hole matches that had an even flow of ocean, madness, and Stardog champions prevailing. I told you I was going to reference a lot of songs from the alternative grunge scene in Seattle. But like I said, thank you all for joining on this weekly edition of Timeless Elite Wednesday with your Timeless Elite, your PR Princess, Stone Cold Courtney, whatever you want to call me. I do have a pleasure spending it with all of you, and very happy that you are spending with us. I don't know if it's going to be WWT Live on Friday, but it may be a possibility. I will not be on WWT Live because Friday is my birthday. So I am taking the day off and enjoying my birthday. I don't know if I'll be back on Monday, but you will be getting a watch all next week. So I'm very excited to spend it with all of you. You guys know where to find me. I chirp periodically on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as I can. On WWT Live as much as I can. Every Wednesday, it's time to Wednesday, not CEO Wednesday. Get it right. Feel free to follow me on my socials on @CourtneyNG11 because we got some content happening. I was going to do some content today, but it's just been a heat wave these last couple of days, and Central Air is not working at the moment. So hopefully get it running again soon because I got some content to do. And also want to give a shout out to iDrink, who is one of the official brand partnerships with All Elite Wrestling. And I will be doing a post for them very, very soon. Feel free to check out content from 90s Wrestling Con, Queen of the Ring. I have a lot of content happening. I just posted content of my super playlist on what to listen to for the summer. So feel free to check that out too. We'll have a lot more content. So I want to give a shout out to everybody from not just me, but for everybody in the WWT panel. Boss Lady, Professor, Jacob, Ced, Honey, Will, Dion, Christina, all of you, even our producer for the future, Dylan, stop by. Flobo, he comes in every now and then, and make sure to check out his podcast, which is happening shortly after this. And also happy birthday to him. So we definitely want to give love to everybody here. So thank you. Shout out to Maria, Eddie Foster, Boza, Jay Hendry. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Bobby Patino. Our wonderful producer from the future, Dylan, stopped by. So thank you all for joining on this edition of Timeless Elite Wednesday. That's pretty much it. I mean, we're on the road to Texas. We're on the road to All in Texas. So thank you guys for joining. And make sure to follow Women's Wrestling Talk. We are the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. Have a great evening. Be safe. And you'll catch the rest of the team on Friday.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WWTalkpod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.